Anyway, chat, today I wanted to talk to you guys about knowledge checks. This came up yesterday, and I think this is such an important thing to understand about fighting games. Knowledge checks are things that require some kind of knowledge or understanding to stop. And without that prior knowledge built up and the understanding of the situation on how to deal with a move or a character or a situation or whatever it is, you will die. That is sort of the nature of knowledge checks. Blanca Ball is one of those moves, right, in Street Fighter, where Blanca does it, he flies across the screen and hits you. And if you don't know how to punish it, if you don't know how to stop it, how can you win? Shiva Stomp in Mortal Kombat. Yeah, if you don't know how to get out of the way, if you try to block it and someone's doing Shiva Stomp into Shiva Stomp into Shiva Stomp, you're hopeless, right? It's a knowledge check. And if you don't have the knowledge to deal with this move or situation or whatever, you're probably going to die. It's just going to hit you. And you're going to be like, I don't know what that is. And some knowledge checks are a little bit more complex than other. I first thought about knowledge checks in relation to Strive when I made my anti-Zato video. And I saw a YouTube comment that said, this makes so much sense. I didn't know that Zato summoned a little dude. If you don't know that, imagine fighting that character. Like, you don't know that you can hit him. You don't know that he moves around the screen. He has to be positioned by Zato. You don't know that the bar in the bottom of the UI refers to the gauge of the summon. You're just like, I don't know what that is. If you don't have information stored up from fighting the character or whatever, then how can you defeat it, right? You just don't know. You get cornered by Ram the first time in this game. The sword pressure is a knowledge check. If you do not have prior knowledge on how to escape Ramlethal's corner pressure, you're dead. It's just the nature of the beast. There's two things to understand about knowledge checks, right? The first one is, if you get hit by a knowledge check, it happens. It happens all the time. It doesn't matter how much you play a game. You can be knowledge checked by something new at any time. Even if you have tons and tons and tons of hours in the game, something new can just spring up and surprise you, and you'd be like, what the fuck is that? I don't even know what this is. So when you get hit by a knowledge check, you should understand, okay, I just got hit by some shit that I don't know, or I've never seen before, or I don't understand. That's something for me to figure out. Don't be like, I fucking hate it here. Like, how am I supposed to know that? You're not. You don't know it until you deal with it. The second thing to understand about knowledge checks, not all knowledge checks are bad once you figure it out. When you understand how to escape Ram's corner pressure, it doesn't suddenly become bad. Just because you understand the options out of Leo's back turn stance does not suddenly mean that you're going to escape Leo's back turn stance. You just now understand how fucked you are. Before, the cause of death was unknown. It was just a question mark. Now the cause of death is fuck this character. Just because a knowledge check exists doesn't necessarily mean that once you have the knowledge, the option becomes obsolete. But you now have the tools equipped to understand and dissect and weigh options in that situation. You're like, okay, I now know that these are the options available, and I'm gonna try to do this, this, or this. Make the best decision based on, I got hit overhead again. Okay, fair enough. Some things are knowledge checks that become obsolete once you understand how to deal with them. Some things are knowledge checks that if you don't know how to deal with them, you will just die. You cannot play the matchup until you understand it. If you do understand it, then now you can start playing the matchup for real. And that's the thing about knowledge checks. They are often very interesting. There's a lot of layers to understanding them and then understanding the options that come after them. When you are a player and you do something against someone and you understand, oh shit, they don't know how to deal with that, you're knowledge checking them and you should do it again. If somebody doesn't know how to stop something, you should just do it. You should just keep doing it. If they don't know how to deal with Kick Alpha Blade, you should just do Kick Alpha Blade 100 times in a row until they die. It's funny, when you play Soul, right? If I do 6S Gunflame and someone plays like Geo or Chip or like some fast character and they don't punish it, I think to myself, oh, we're not playing. Like, the matchup is like this. If they do know how to punish it, the matchup is completely different. The interactions between me and my opponent are completely different. The options I would consider doing change dramatically whether they know how to punish it or not. If they don't know how to punish it, then I can just do it for free, and my neutral and my control over the screen is massive. So I think there's like an impression that just because someone says, I got knowledge checked right there, it doesn't mean that they're saying the option is bad or that the option itself will become bad once they understand it. It just means, I don't know what it is. I don't know how to stop it. I need to investigate it and figure it out before I can fight against it, right? Listen. Characters are allowed to have really strong things that are unique to them. Stun Dipper is unique to Kai. There's not a lot of moves like that in the game, and I think it's fine for Kai to have it. However, you shut the fuck up about, oh, it should be safe. No, shut the fuck up. People say the wildest shit. You should explode when you use that move wrong. That move is so fucking fast. It completely changes the way you have to fight against the character on the ground when you have the meter. Do I think both hits should combo if the first one counter hits? It always counter hits. It's incredibly fast. I've never seen it regular hit. That shit is so I'm not trying to hear it.